Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning to you. It is Monday, February 6th.
Happy Monday. Thanks for joining us. This morning a little foggy, but wow, yesterday was beautiful. Hoping for some of those days this week.
That's right. This morning we're seeing some gray skies, fog, and I'm getting a report of some drizzle up in the Bernie area. Justin joins us live.
It's a little damp to start our Monday, a little gray, but I think the sun comes out this afternoon, so there's that. There's a lot to look at this week. We are in February. It tends to be pretty volatile. We've got a couple fronts, some rain chances, maybe some thunderstorms, and some chilly temperatures towards the end of the work week. So let's dive right in. First, let's start with the fog. It is out there. It is thick in spots. We're seeing visibility down to about 2 miles at Randolph, close to 0 at Gonzales, 3/4 of a mile in Uvalde. So it's patchy. It is getting better, but it'll take some time, another couple of hours before this fog completely lifts. So look at the bigger picture. Even out towards Eagle Pass and Del Rio, some fog being reported this morning on top of some of those low clouds. Satellite picture, it's kind of hard to see right now, but there is some cloud cover out there, I promise. It's kind of slow to load, but yeah, you see the clouds. Those morning clouds will stick around a couple of hours, and we're pretty socked in here in San Antonio right now. Here's a look at the forecast. 62 at 10 o'clock, 66 noontime. I'll keep it cloudy through then, and then we'll break out into some sun after lunch. 72 at 2 o'clock, 75 by 4 p.m. One of our warmest days in our 7-day forecast. We'll start to add in some drizzle chances tonight, some rain tomorrow, some thunderstorms tomorrow night. As I mentioned, a couple fronts to talk about too. All of that we'll get to here in just a few minutes, but we got to check in on traffic first. Is the fog have any impacts on traffic?
Well, Justin, first, I do enjoy the fog on a typical day, but, you know, it's a little moody. It's a vibe, but I really don't like it when it impacts traffic. And thankfully, we're not seeing that at this hour, but earlier we had a few issues. We have one right now, 35 at New Braunfels. You could see that back-to-back traffic. This just came in on our radar, so we'll get you updated right now in just a moment. But really quick here, look around town does show the morning commute has dwindled down a little bit there. And thankfully, no major issues at 410 and 37 at Southeast Military is not looking bad as well. But as I mentioned, we are having a pretty big backup there along I-35. And let's get you pinpointed. 35 northbound at Walter Street is where we have that crash reported. Right now, it's not being reported as a major crash, but it is slowing folks down out there. So just be on the lookout. We did also have a pretty big crash up here, just a little north of New Braunfels along I-35 southbound at FM 306. There was a bit of a buildup in those southbound lanes, and that's because a lot of folks make the trip down along I-35 each and every day. So thankfully that crash is cleared out, and we're hearing that it did possibly involve an 18-wheeler. So hopefully everyone's doing okay, but thankfully those slowdowns aren't really impacting much of San Antonio. We're just seeing it along that stretch of I-35 at Walters. So we'll watch that area closely, but there will be plenty of road work taking place in the Alamo City and some of our neighboring communities. Plan your commute ahead of time, guys. Scan the QR code that is now on your screen. That will take you to our KSAT traffic page. Has a full list of all the closures that are current happening right now in and around the Alamo City. So you know what? Plan that commute ahead of time. Get there safely.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Stephen.
Here's today's 9 at 9.
A major earthquake rocked central Turkey and Syria overnight, and a second one hit early this morning. More than 1,500 people have been killed, and that number could rise. Hundreds of people are reportedly trapped beneath rubble across the region. Local officials describe the damage as catastrophic. The White House has announced that assistance is on the way.
The punishment phase of Andre McDonald's trial will begin today, despite objections from the defense team that they needed more time to prepare. It comes after the jury found the Air Force major guilty on a lesser charge of manslaughter in the death of his wife, Andreen McDonald, in 2019. Andre McDonald has elected the judge to decide his sentence. He could face a maximum punishment of 20 years in prison.
A briefing on the Chinese balloon incident may happen as soon as tomorrow. Navy divers are trying to recover what's left of the now destroyed balloon after it spent days passing over the U.S. The balloon was struck down by a missile on Saturday. Once Navy divers recover the balloon debris, the FBI is expected to take custody of any components and ship them to a lab in Quantico, Virginia for intelligence gathering.
95 of the S&P 500 companies will release earnings reports this week, including Pepsi, Uber, and Disney. Earning reports so far this season have shown disappointing corporate profits and cooling demand. This next round should give insight into the economy as companies lay off workers and the Federal Reserve raises interest rates.
Gas prices are down around the country. The national average price for a gallon of regular gas is $3.47, down 3 cents from last week, but up 4 cents from the same time a year ago. The average here in San Antonio is about $3.03 a gallon.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration issued a do not drive advisory for older Honda models. They warn airbag inflators on 2001 through 2003 vehicles could explode and cause injury in a crash. Honda and the government are urging owners not to drive them until the devices are replaced.
Dell Technologies announced it will eliminate over 6,500 jobs. It is the latest tech company to announce layoffs. Bloomberg reports Dell and other hardware makers have faced falling consumer demand after a pandemic sales boom.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot is expected to be the 5th largest ever. It's an estimated $747 million. That would be about $403 million if you choose the lump sum cash option. The jackpot is big, but not close to the all-time record just yet.
History made last night at the Grammys on more than one front. Beyonce broke the record for the most awarded individual in Grammy history, and actress Viola Davis joined the exclusive EGOT Club after winning Best Audiobook, the club for those who won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award. And that's today's 9 at 9.
9:04, your morning headlines. The incredible journey of a 9-year-old boy who graduated from high school, 9, at a near collision between two planes on a busy runway in Austin.
But first, Tiffany Huertas explains the chaotic scene erupting outside a grocery store in Austin. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here with both of you.
Glad you're here, too.
Let's go to that crazy situation in Austin. Hundreds of people were seen fighting over food that was thrown out at one H-E-B location. Someone posted online that there was free food available, and that caught the attention of more than 250 people. H-E-B officials say the food was thrown out after the power outage last week, which caused a lot of the food to go bad. Still, hundreds of people were seen fighting over the discarded food, and Austin police had to break up the fights. Authorities are warning people not to eat any of that food because it's spoiled and unsafe to eat. And a near collision between two airplanes happened this weekend also in Austin. It happened when a FedEx plane was landing and a Southwest plane was taking off at Austin Bergstrom International Airport. The FAA says the crew of the FedEx flight aborted its landing and started to climb, averting disaster. Passengers on the two planes were shaken, but no one was injured. The National Transportation Safety Board says it's investigating this as a possible runway incursion. It's the same type of incident that happened on the runway last month at JFK. In that case, the pilots of a Delta flight were told to abort their takeoff as an American Airlines flight taxied across the runway in front of it. And check out this video, a giant wave capsizing a boat on the Oregon coast Friday morning. The U.S. Coast Guard had to rescue a man from the boat, but turns out that boat was stolen. The boat capsizing as the man was standing on the edge of it. He was taken to a hospital. Authorities didn't realize he had allegedly stolen the boat until he was discharged. They asked the public for help finding the man, and he was later arrested. And to some good news, the family of a 9-year-old is celebrating after the young boy receives his high school diploma. Meet David Balagan. He recently graduated from Cyber Charter School in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The 9-year-old took classes remotely from his home. He has a passion for science and computer programming.
I want to be an astrophysicist, and I wanted to study black holes and supernova.
David was an inspirational kid, definitely one who changes the way you think about teaching.
After completing a semester at a community college, the family is now looking at other colleges and universities across the country. David also loves to play the piano and sports. He's currently working to earn his black belt in martial arts. So incredible, and 9 years old. Congratulations to you.
That's a proud family right there.
Yes, impressive.
So yeah. Amazing.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you.
Right now, 9:07, 61 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA at 9. A young boy is sharing his story after surviving the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde and pushing for change during National Gun Violence Survivors Week.
And if you've been to the San Antonio Zoo lately, you know they're doing some major renovations to the entrance, but that's just one of the many projects underway. When we come back, Max Massey talks with the CEO of the zoo about what guests can expect in the coming months and even years.
Jim Morrow joined us, and we talked about a lot. We talked about the new construction, the new experiences all coming to the San Antonio Zoo. We talked about the new entrances and how it's going to be more representative of San Antonio. And we talked about what people can expect in just the next few months. Take a listen to the conversation.
They should see a new front gate this year, so we're really excited about opening that around Christmas time, around the beginning of our Zoo Lights program. The other big thing we have coming online is gorillas. We haven't had a gorilla at San Antonio Zoo since 1991. We're building a very large habitat, actually designed as the largest habitat in the country, so we're hoping to have up to 10 or 12 gorillas. I'm really excited about that. That should open early 2025. And then the Kronkowski Tiny Tot Nature Spot and our new butterfly house are opening now. So people can come during spring break or this month and start to experience those things. But lots of big changes coming to the zoo.
And of course, we had to talk about the intriguing Valentine's Day event. You can find our full discussion right now. Just head to the Leading Essay section of KSAT.com. We have Leading Essay every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. So guys, we'll see you next Sunday. Back to you.
Let's look out there with live cam. Not cold this morning. We're at 61 degrees, but we had some fog throughout the area.
And we'd really like to see some sunshine, if at all possible.
Yep.
We send a really nice note with maybe a box of chocolates or something. Do you think?
Would it work?
That'd probably do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd probably help. Yeah, I think we're going to get some sun this afternoon, at least a little bit. The back end of the work week looks good. It's going to be sunny, just a little chilly. We've got a lot of ups and downs to deal with this week. So we'll start with the fog, or what's left of it at least. There's not a lot there, and I think the visibilities will continue to improve, but still some low-hanging clouds as we look out over live cam. 61 degrees and cloudy at the airport. Dew point is at 59. Southerly winds at 10 miles per hour. It's that southerly wind that brought in all that moisture last night, and it feels muggy out there. As we look at the visibility, they are down, the numbers in spots. Uvalde is down about 3/4 of a mile. Bernie Stage, Gonzales, Pleasanton, but it really is patchy, and the numbers here around San Antonio are getting much better. Some fog also out near Del Rio and Eagle Pass, but even some improvement there. As we look at the cloud cover, you can see it's pretty expansive. I mean, we're looking at clouds stretching from Austin down to Pleasanton, Cotulla, out to Del Rio and Eagle Pass. There are some breaks in the clouds. Gonzales points south, but that's about it. It'll take some time for these clouds to really dissipate, so probably afternoon is when we would see some sun if we're going to see it. It depends on where some of these clearing lines show up, but 61 degrees right now in San Antonio, 61 in Braunfels, 60 in Hondo, 63 Carrizo Springs. Around Bexar County, we're sitting right there at 60. And there are actually some breaks for eastern Bexar County at this hour. So we'll see how that plays out. The dew point trend, well, dew points jumped up last night, and they'll be high going into tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll have dew points in the muggy territory. That'll lead to some showers and storms. Then it falls off a cliff. We got a front through here. We got another reinforcing shot, and it's not until Sunday that dew points jump back up. And as you might imagine, those 2 days are when we have rain chances, better rain chances probably coming up tomorrow, thanks to this area of low pressure, which right now is out over parts of California. A little bit of a spin right there. This is going to take a track into Texas, just to our north, and give us some lift as we get into tomorrow. So not only may we see a few showers tomorrow, some thunderstorms also a possibility. So let's look at the forecast here. And by 5 o'clock today, clouds breaking up. We've got some sun, just as you ordered. And then as we get into tonight, clouds come back in. Here comes some drizzle, too, fog and drizzle tomorrow morning. So basically take this morning and we repeat tomorrow, other than we add in a little bit of drizzle. So the roads will probably be somewhat wet for your morning commute on Tuesday. Then by the afternoon, some scattered showers. We're going to leave in a 40% chance of rain. This particular model doesn't show a lot, but I think we'll see some out there, light stuff. But it's not until Tuesday night and early Wednesday morning, this is overnight, 3 a.m. Wednesday, that we start to get some showers and maybe a few storms popping up. That will continue right on into Wednesday morning, showing some storms here even around San Antonio. So we'll have to watch the morning commute on Wednesday morning, and then all of this starts to scoot out of here by midday Wednesday, and then the sun pops out Wednesday afternoon with drier air starting to filter in. What about severe weather? I don't think we see a lot of it tomorrow, but it is worth watching that some of our eastern counties, the conditions are there. They maybe got a couple strong ones. We'll watch it. I'd say east of San Antonio, the best opportunity for that. And as far as rainfall with this next system, well, there will be some decent totals, especially as you get north and east of town, 1/2 inch to 1 inch here in town. I'd say probably on the order of 1/4 to 1/2, and then as you go west 1/10 of an inch to 1/2 an inch. Lower totals out west. And temperatures, as I said, are going to be all over the board this week. So just a heads up now. Today and tomorrow will be warm. Wednesday cools down. We see those morning lows get down into the 40s, maybe even 30s by Friday morning. 72 Thursday, but right back down to 59 Friday. So let's put it all together here in the 7-day forecast. 70 tomorrow, morning fog and drizzle, scattered showers, and then that leads to some storms tomorrow night into early on Wednesday. 64. First day of the rodeo is going to be awesome, sunny and 72, but we do get a front late Thursday, cools us right back down. 59 Friday. And I should point out that Saturday morning we could see a light freeze here in San Antonio down to 32. More showers show up on Sunday.
Looking good for those first few days of rodeo.
Looks pretty nice.
It worked out this time. That's good.
Yes.
Thanks, Justin.
Something to be aware of in the North St. Mary's area near 281 today and into tonight. An emergency repair to a water line will not only impact your evening commute, but also water for those in that area.
So today, SAWS crews will be at the intersection of North St. Mary's Street and Mistletoe working on that report. There will be a full road closure from 7 p.m. today to 6 a.m. tomorrow. There will be alternative routes available in the area. SAWS officials also say there will be a temporary water outage from 9 tonight, and that's again to 5 a.m. tomorrow.
918, 61 degrees.
When we come back, a look at our top stories this morning, including 2 separate deadly shootings that San Antonio police are looking into.
I want to take you live inside the courtroom right now as the punishment phase for the Andre McDonald trial gets underway. We're hearing from inside the court right now. There's some lengthy discussions taking place about some possible sentencing conditions. On Friday, the jury found McDonald guilty on a lesser charge of manslaughter in the death of his wife, Andreen, back in 2019.
McDonald has elected for the judge to decide his sentence. He could face a maximum punishment of 20 years in prison. You can continue to watch this live stream on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and our YouTube channel. Court reporter Erica Hernandez has been following the trial from the very beginning. She will have the latest on our evening newscast.
Other top stories this morning. San Antonio police reviewing surveillance video from a West Side apartment complex after a young man was shot and killed there. Happened around 1 this morning on South Calaveras near Frio City Road and Highway 90. Officers are already responding to a shots fired call when they found the man on the ground outside some of the apartments. He was pronounced dead at the scene by EMS. So far, SAPD does not have a suspect.
Another deadly shooting, this one happening on the far west side near 1604 in Petranco around 10:30 last night. San Antonio police say it happened during a car club gathering. Officers on that scene said a man walked up to one of the cars, knocked out a back window, and shots were fired. A passenger was shot in the head. He was taken to an emergency clinic but later died. So far, no word on any arrests.
This week, we recognize the 5th annual National Gun Violence Survivors Week.
It's a time to focus on sharing the stories of survivors to show gun violence doesn't only affect those who died, but also those who live.
Lee Waldman sat with a 10-year-old survivor of the Robb Elementary School shooting in Uvalde. Outside of the school, he is calling for changes to be made so other kids don't have to go through what he went through.
Dak Prescott, when he was playing against the Buccaneers, they kept winning.
They did keep winning. What about Zeke?
Zeke, he's the best running back because he runs so far.
It's hard to find a bigger Cowboys fan than 10-year-old Jaden Canizales.
Their touchdowns and their total of how many they have.
When he's not playing Madden or talking football, Jaden is hanging out with friends and going to school at Flores Elementary.
ELAR and math.
Okay, what's ELAR?
Reading.
Oh, what kind of books do you like to read?
Football books.
I told Jaden this week honors gun violence survivors like him.
What do you want people to know about you and about what happened?
That I was very brave.
Talk to me about how brave you were.
I was super brave because I didn't move a muscle or talk.
It's the 5th year people like Jaden are being recognized. According to Everytown for Gun Safety, a nonprofit started after the Sandy Hook shooting. The week supports survivors by pushing for action.
There should be no more guns here or anywhere else because no bad people will come to everybody's school.
Thankfully, Jaden says he has more good days than bad. Coming back to Rob, where everything happened, is hard, but he's okay being back here. He likes sharing his story and being called a survivor.
To know what I've been through and how I got out of it.
Does it make you feel strong that you're a survivor?
And that was our Lee Waldman reporting.
Right now, 924, 61 degrees. There's more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including the latest from overseas and the disastrous earthquake that people in Turkey and Syria are still reeling from. New video continues to come out as search and rescues are ongoing, and sadly, the death toll is still rising.
It has been surging in the last hour or so. Meanwhile, in sports, Larry Ramirez goes one-on-one with UTSA quarterback Frank Harris. They talked about football, Harris's engagement, and a quirky habit that Frank has. Stay tuned for that. An update on the earthquakes that devastated parts of Turkey and Syria earlier today. The death toll has now jumped to more than 2,300 people. Hundreds more are believed to be trapped. Rescue workers in multiple cities are working through tangled metal and concrete. There have been more than 20 aftershocks, including one registering 7.5.
The winter triple threat of flu, COVID-19, and RSV is easing in the U.S. Most states are now reporting low or minimal levels of respiratory activity. Still, hospitals are about as full as they've ever been during the pandemic. At least 75% of available beds across the country were in use for all of 2022. Experts are warning that high capacity won't likely change anytime. That's partly because people are coming to the hospital sicker than in the past.
Outside with Live Cam, if you're just now tuning in this morning or you've been outside earlier, we're waiting for some of this fog to clear up. Dense fog advisory still in effect, Justin?
For a little while longer, but really it's not an issue here in San Antonio. The fog is lifting, and in fact, it's getting brighter out there, so we may lose eventually some of this cloud cover. As we look at temperatures across the state, 61 degrees here in San Antonio. It is not chilly this morning. You may want a light jacket, but I think this afternoon it'll be plenty warm, up around 75 or so. Most of the state enjoying some milder weather as moisture surging. You see that southerly wind drawing in some of the Gulf moisture. A little colder, though, as you go north. Big chunk of cold air came through the northeast. Did you see some of those wind chills in Mount Washington up there in the northeast? Just incredible numbers. There was a lot of cold air up there across the northeast, but it missed us. And there's still some chilly numbers. Chicago 31, Cleveland 32, but not near as cold as it was. Here's a look at our satellite picture. And yeah, there are some breaks as you get down into parts of Wilson County, south of Gonzales. You go west to San Antonio, it's all cloud cover. And still a little bit of patchy fog here and there. Bernie Sage still seeing some. Gonzales still seeing a little bit of fog, as is Uvalde. The forecast today calls for mostly cloudy skies. I do think we'll see enough breaks maybe to go partly cloudy by, say, 3 or 4 o'clock. 75 degrees, the high temperature. And then tonight down into the 70s, we'll start to see some drizzle developing overnight and more fog and drizzle on the way tomorrow. Maybe even some thunderstorms, too, as we get into tomorrow night. More on that here in just a few minutes. Guys.
Thank you very much, Justin. Rodeo kicks off later this week. That means it's time for the rodeo road trip for the San Antonio Spurs. It is a unique time for the franchise to really bond and come together as a squad to improve for the rest of the season. Anything that helps them win games would be welcomed at this point. San Antonio's 2-15 since the start of the year. Last one came January 17th against the Brooklyn Nets, and the Spurs have now lost 8 in a row, including Friday's home loss to the 76ers. For the veterans on the Spurs road trip, this is nothing new, but this is brand new for the rookies.
Yeah, I don't know what to pack. I know I'm probably gonna bring like 2 suitcases and just ask the guys because they've been on a rodeo trip. So yeah, I don't know what to pack, but I'm probably gonna start packing tonight.
I mean, it's not my first rodeo trip. I feel like I've been around for a little bit now. So for me, I want to say I'm used to it. I know what's coming. So yeah, I think obviously like the fact that we do go for dinners and stuff, like we have. We're going to have plenty of opportunities out there in all these cities to just get the team together and have some fun. So, yeah, obviously that helps.
Spurs will now play 9 games in a row on the road. All starts today in Chicago. First half of the road trip features Eastern Conference teams, and not one team they face coming this week is above 500. Let's check out the first part of the schedule. So like we mentioned, Spurs will be at the Bulls tonight, 7 o'clock. Then they play at Toronto Wednesday night, Detroit Friday night, and close out the week Saturday night at the Atlanta Hawks as the Spurs will reunite with the somewhat salty DeJounte Murray for the first time since trading him. Well, last night on Instant Replay, our Larry Ramirez got to sit down with UTSA quarterback Frank Harris, who's living the good life right about now. He's coming back for his 7th season of college ball, but has a lot of good stuff happening, too, off the field as well. Larry got to talk to Frank about football, of course, but also about his preference for ketchup on his steak, which some of his teammates gave him a hard time about. They also talked about Frank's engagement. Take a listen.
Her name is Taryn. She went to Antonian. She graduated in 2017. She went to Kansas and played softball there. So I've been knowing her since high school. And then when she got done, we hung out. And then it was just, from there. And then she's in PA school right now down south in the Valley. So she'll graduate in December. So hopefully the wedding is sometime next year, the beginning of next year, maybe February or March. So, yeah, that's my girl. I love her.
Very cool. So normally you take a knee, to run time out of the clock. You took a knee this time to extend the clock. What was that like for you getting down on the knee, you're nervous?
Oh yeah, I was for sure nervous. I text Coach Davis, the quarterback coach, like, Coach, I'm nervous. He was like, Frank, you played in multiple games. But I told him, it's not like a game. This is different. Yeah. I'm more nervous than this than ever. He said, you know the answer you're going to get. You never know the outcome of a game. I'm like, you know what? You put it like that, you're all right. So it was very, very nerve-wracking, but it was a great outcome. My family was there. Her family was there. Some of my friends there. Her friends were there as well. We was in the back room, private room, and then when she first walked in, they just said, will you marry me? And she had no idea. Okay. So she was very, shocked, and it was just a great experience.
So now the biggest question following that is Rashad Wisdom going to be part of your groomsmen group?
Shad, I think he'll be the flower boy. I think he's a height and the little kid has a flower boy, so I might have him throwing the flowers out.
What was that river parade like?
Yeah, it was big. It was a lot of people that showed up. We definitely appreciated that. Hopefully if we win it again this year, we can have the same thing. It was a great experience to go out there, had a whole city come out there and support us. And we definitely had a great time, like I said, bonding as well, getting on different boats.
Did you feel like, a member of the Spurs at all after seeing all their celebrations over the years?
I mean, it's crazy. Some notoriety that we get is similar to the Spurs, which personally I don't really get because those are professionals. We're still in college. Yeah. But it's just cool to just have the love and support from San Antonio that they give us, and it definitely means a lot to us.
And how cool was it too to have the soccer team there? Yeah,
it was cool because they won too. So you got to include those young ladies. And whoever wins, I think should get that, rightfully so. I feel like they deserve it, and it was great to have them. Coach Pittman's doing a great job with the soccer team, and I'm sure they'll do it again this year.
What's your favorite meal, your favorite food?
My favorite meal would probably be a steak.
Steak.
But everybody gonna get mad at watching this interview. My first time having a steak was in high school, like my junior year. I didn't know what it was. I seen it was meat, so I put ketchup on it.
What?
So now, every time I get a steak, I got good ketchup.
You still put ketchup on it?
It's nothing like it. You gotta try it.
You're right, I've never tried it.
Gotta try it. It's just meat.
Yeah? No?
It's just meat.
Adam Photog says no?
Oh, I'll tell you, it's just meat.
Mark Photog, what do you say? No.
It's just meat. It's just meat. You act like it's like a...
Salt, pepper, that's how I did the steak.
No, that's nasty.
Have you taken a bite of steak without ketchup?
I have.
And what do you think?
It's good, but I like ketchup.
Now, I have to imagine Shad in particular and some of your teammates, they have to give you grief about that.
Oh my goodness, do they? They don't leave me alone about it. And Shad goes around telling everybody, Frank eats ketchup with a steak. So we be in the training room, everybody just comes, you're nasty. I'm like, what happened? And Shad told him. My first time, I didn't know. My first time having a steak was, I looked like a pork chop when I first had it. I didn't know what it was. So.
But you wouldn't even put it on a pork chop.
I'll put ketchup on a pork chop. It was good though. So now I just, it's embarrassing to ask when I go to the steakhouses for ketchup. I'm like, excuse me, can I get some ketchup? I know they look at me funny. I'm like, I'm sorry. It'd be so embarrassing.
What does your fiance think about that?
So she don't. She think it's weird too, but she kind of used to it now, I guess. But I get fries as well.
Okay.
I get steak and fries.
So you kind of play it off a little bit. You play it off.
Act like I'm using the ketchup for the fries.
That's the best way to do it.
But the other day I went to a steakhouse. They gave me mac and cheese, so there was no fries.
You should just order a side of fries on purpose.
So I had to get the ketchup outright. I was like, can I get some ketchup, please? It was bad.
Has anybody tried it though and they're like, no, dude, this is not good?
I don't think anybody has tried it. They just assume it's nasty. I don't get it.
I assume it's nasty, but you know what, for you, I'm going to try it.
And watch. And just text whenever you figure it out.
I'm going to
This
put a
is
little
actually
bit
not
on a
bad.
piece of steak and try it. Yeah, I'm
And
going to try
watch.
it. No.
Oh, everybody watching this steak with ketchup, try it. Let me know how it is.
You can watch part 2 of the one-on-one interview with Harris next Sunday on Instant Replay right after the Super Bowl.
And time now is 9:38 and 61 degrees for now. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Still to come, highlights from the Grammys last night, including some of the performances and why Beyonce missed getting her first award of the night. 9:42.
I like that it's milder this week.
I do too.
It was a little much last week, in my opinion.
It was, yeah. Well, the ice was a little much. We're going to see some colder temperatures towards the end of the week, but not wintry weather. Just cold. It's a lot of ups and downs this week, but it is nice now. It is mild. Temperatures are in the 60s. Fog's the big deal this morning, and we got one picture coming in here on our KSAT Connect. That kind of, I hate to say it, but it kind of looks like it's out of a horror movie. I wouldn't want to walk out in that field, but
It looks like it should be Sleepy Hollow, Texas.
Yeah.
Right? No kidding.
But it is a nice shot.
It is beautiful, and it looks like that was taken somewhere near San Antonio. But the fog was thicker this morning, not as thick right now. Things are improving quite rapidly. In fact, Bernie Stage, that number's come up since we last talked to you, so we know the fog's improving there. Uvalde, you're still stuck at about 3/4 of a mile. Gonzales, that number's come up too. So the fog's pretty much done. I don't think we have to worry about that any longer, and we can certainly see that things are much quieter here on live cam. Still some clouds, but not the fog. 61 Stinson, 61 Kelly, 61 at Randolph, but 62 at the airport. And notice we've got a good southerly breeze that has really ushered in the moisture this morning. So gusty winds from time to time today. You can see some gusts up around 20 miles per hour. So now we're going to try to determine when these low clouds will break apart and we'll see the sun come out. That's always a tough forecast. These low clouds kind of have a mind of their own, but right now it looks like we've got some pretty thick clouds along Highway 90 around San Antonio points west, and then you've got some breaks down here at Wilson County over to Guadalupe County, and I think we will eventually see some breaks here in San Antonio too, with some warmer temperatures this afternoon. Here's what we're watching. We'll spin out here over California. Nothing as far as rain or anything like that yet. And in fact, this storm system's still kind of getting its act together. It's not quite put together well just yet, but it will be. As it pulls into Arizona and New Mexico, gains a little strength, starts to pull up the moisture. Already has started that process, and then we'll start to add in some showers and even some thunderstorms into the forecast coming up tomorrow and tomorrow night. So let's look at that forecast for you. And clouds, it shows the clouds going away. 5 o'clock, we've got sun out there. Turns into a pretty nice day, albeit a little humid. By tonight, clouds build right back in. I think we start off with some fog and drizzle tomorrow morning. So that is important to note for your morning commute on Tuesday. Could be a little bit damp on top of seeing some low visibility. By tomorrow afternoon, this model doesn't show a lot. I think we have the potential to see some showers here and there. So we're going to call for a 40% chance of a shower. Have the umbrella with you tomorrow just in case. It'll be hit or miss. And then as we get into tomorrow night, frontal boundary comes in. Here we start to see the better rain chances. So we've got scattered showers, but I also think we could see a couple of thunderstorms during this time. And that will continue right on into tomorrow, or Wednesday morning, I should say. So the Wednesday morning commute could also be wet, but this time with some heavier stuff, maybe some showers and storms. Then by midday Wednesday, this is all beginning to die down, move east. And then by Wednesday afternoon, we get some clearing. So as far as thunderstorms go, I think the main window for that, again, is tomorrow night. And we're talking mainly our eastern counties here. So east of San Antonio, Seguin, Forestville, Carson City, Gonzales, Howattsville, Cuero. Those areas could see 1 or 2 strong storms. I'm not looking for widespread severe weather, but we can't rule out some gusty winds with some of these stronger cells that develop. Rainfall, what about that? Well, 1/2 inch to 1 inch north and east of San Antonio. This is where the best rain chances and totals will be. But here around town, quarter to half an inch, I think, and then you go west, the numbers are a little bit lower. So we're doing okay here to start 2023 as far as rainfall is concerned. Let's hope that continues. Here's how it looks in the 7-day forecast. 70 tomorrow, drizzle and fog to start, then some scattered showers and a few storms late on Tuesday. 64 Wednesday, 72 on Thursday as a rodeo gets underway. That's beautiful, but we'll get a front through Thursday night. Cools us down Friday, 59, down to 32 Saturday morning, so we could see a light freeze here in San Antonio. The weekend, temperatures in the 60s, some more clouds, and maybe a few showers on Sunday.
And we know it's impossible to predict how the rest of February is going to go. I mean, things could go either way, right?
It's so true. Actually, Mike and I were talking about this earlier. You know, was it 96? We hit 100 in mid-February, and then after that, it dropped back down into the 30s. So February is just one of those months where it just keeps you on your toes.
It does. All right. Thank you, Justin.
Thank you.
Well, from an artist who just broke the record for all-time Grammy wins to a newly minted EGOT member, the Grammy Awards made all kinds of history.
That's right. ABC's Will Gans has highlights from yesterday's big night for music.
Welcome to the Grammy Awards, where Queen Bee reigns supreme.
I'm trying not to be too emotional, and I'm trying to just receive this night.
On the night when she broke the record as the most awarded individual in Grammy's history, she almost didn't make it there at all.
The downside of hosting the Grammys in LA is the traffic. Beyonce is on her way.
Beyonce missing her first win of the night, stuck in traffic.
And the Queen is officially in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, Beyonce Knowles.
Lizzo winning Record of the Year.
Beyonce, whoo! In the 5th grade, I skipped school to see you perform. My sister, she got me out of school. It was literature. I'm good.
At music's biggest night, the biggest musicians on the planet gathering to say hi in English and Espanol.
Yeah, buenas noches, Grammy.
And sing a little bit too, from Bad Bunny's epic opener to Stevie, Smokey, and Chris Stapleton. To an all-star tribute to hip-hop. History made more than once at the 65th Grammy Awards.
Sam graciously wanted me to accept this award because I'm the first transgender woman to win this award.
And history repeating itself.
Oh, God, Rich, he said, don't cry. If you win anything tonight, don't cry. And here I am crying.
Album of the year going not to Beyonce nor to Lizzo.
Harry Styles!
And thanks to a win for Best Audiobook, Viola Davis officially joins the exclusive EGOT Club, having won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award, and so deserved. Will Gans, ABC News, New York.
9:49, 61 degrees.
Avatar was finally knocked out of the top spot at the weekend box office. Which newcomers took the top spots when we come back?
We would like to take you back inside the courtroom right now as the punishment phase continues for Andre McDonald. Right now, we understand that there's an Air Force colonel that was in court just a short time ago, and there's a discussion going on right now about what the United States Air Force will do legally. Now, they're considering what to do with Mr. McDonald after sentencing. And on Friday, the jury found McDonald guilty of the lesser charge of manslaughter in the death of his wife, Andreen, back in 2019.
McDonald has elected for the judge to decide his sentence. He could face a maximum punishment of 20 years in prison. You can continue to watch the live stream on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and our YouTube channel. Court reporter Erica Hernandez has been following the trial from the very beginning. She will have the latest on our evening newscast.
In just over a week, we'll be hosting a KSAT community town hall with local experts and healthcare professionals weighing in on heart health, since February is American Heart Month.
It will be next Thursday on the 16th at 2 p.m. on KSAT.com, and Alyssa Cole will be the moderator there. You can also join the conversation. If you have any questions you would like to have answered, you can submit them right now on KSAT.com in the KSAT community section.
Well, it took nearly 2 months, but a movie finally topped the Avatar sequel at the weekend box office.
In fact, 2 movies did. CNN's David Daniels shows us the top 5 movies in theaters this weekend.
Concert film BTS, yet to come in theaters, opened in 5th place, earning $6.2 million in just 700 theaters. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish fell to 4th place on ticket sales of $8 million. Avatar: The Way of Water fell from 1st to 3rd, grossing $10.8 million for a domestic total of $636 million.
Oh my gosh, what is happening?
80 for Brady debuted in 2nd place, beginning its box office season with $12.5 million.
Drop the weapon and move away from Erica.
Knock at the Cabin is the first new #1 movie since mid-December. The M. Night Shyamalan thriller made $14.2 million to open in 1st place. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, well, we've jumped up a degree, up to 62 from 61. Still a lot of clouds out there. I think those do break up some, though, this afternoon, which will get temperatures up to 75. It's a warm, humid day. Tomorrow, we start off with fog and drizzle, a damp morning commute on your Tuesday. Then we'll break out into some scattered light rain during the afternoon. Then a chance for a few storms Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning with some clearing late on Wednesday. Some great weather Wednesday afternoon through Thursday. Get another front. Cools us back down to 59 on Friday. I do want to let you know we could be down near freezing Saturday morning, and some more clouds for Sunday with a few showers, although I don't think anyone will care because we'll all be watching the Super Bowl.
That's true. Okay, you wonder what we talk about during commercial breaks? We got an in-depth conversation going about salad dressing earlier, and here's one of the reasons why. Tabasco is apparently getting into the salad dressing market.
The hot sauce brand has just unveiled an avocado jalapeno hot sauce dressing. It's described as a smooth blend of Tabasco's green jalapeno sauce and avocado and herbs.
That's right. Tabasco's avocado jalapeno hot sauce dressing is on sale right now on Amazon. So a 12-ounce bottle, this is going to blow your mind, Justin, 12-ounce bottle, $10.
What?
I'm out. It sounded great, but I'm out.
It better taste good.
Better get to it pretty quick, though. Tabasco says that this is only available for a limited time. I would definitely try that.
Well, I would too. Well, you know what? Maybe because it's so hot, you only need a little bit. Maybe that's why the bottle's so expensive.
And then our producer Alex wants to mix that with ranch to probably tone it down because she puts ranch on everything she says. I mean, everything. Have a good day.